News broke this morning that Marjorie Greene had raised something like $3 million in the first quarter of this year, which means there's a lot of people who think like her around the country. So that's horrifying. Now, what's going to be done about that? Will she eventually be defeated? Well, if she is, it's probably not going to be in the general election because she's in a very red district. But there are some Republicans that hope to beat her in a primary. So here is one group, Republicans for Accountability, with one of their early ads targeting Marjorie Greene in anticipation of a primary challenge.
The following is what Marjorie Taylor Greene stands for, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Matt Gaetz, who is currently under investigation for having sex with a minor.
So I've been outspoken and I've said I stand with Matt Gaetz.
Harassing teenagers that are survivors of school mass shootings.
And you are using your lobby and the kids to try to take away my Second Amendment rights. You don't have anything to say for yourself?
The QAnon conspiracy.
Q is a patriot.
The 9/11 conspiracy.
It's odd, there's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon.
And using violence to overturn America's presidential election.
You can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully and allow Joe Biden to become our president.
Because of all the immoral, un-American things Marjorie Taylor Greene stands for, we don't stand with her. Sign the pledge to never support Marjorie Taylor Greene at accountability.gop.
Yeah, so they're pointing out that Marjorie Greene has talked about Q being a patriot, that she's one of literally the only two people in government right now really speaking out in support of Matt Gaetz. And there's so much besides, with the Jewish space lasers and the approving of Nancy Pelosi being shot in the head. I think the question though is, Rashad, is this the sort of thing that if you repeat enough Republicans are going to be bothered by it?
Nope. They will not beat Marjorie Taylor Greene with this kind of messaging. It seems to make sense, right? You highlight the perceived negatives that a candidate or an elected member of Congress has engaged in. You highlight it, commercialize it, produce it, and you repeat it. You have messaging, right? But she campaigned on everything that's in this commercial. And she won the Republican primary in a solidly Republican district. Here's what is likely going to have to happen. Either A, they find someone who can dismantle her from within, or B, they convince individuals, Democrats, because in Georgia, you don't have to register as a Democrat or Republican. You can vote in any primary you choose. They're gonna have to launch a campaign to get Democrats to jump into the Republican primary and primary her out. That is the chess move, because you will not get rid of Greene based on the same things she campaigned on to get elected in the first place in that district.
Are you saying that they should run a Democrat against her? Or are you saying Democrats should weigh in and choose a different Republican in the primary?
Well, they got to run a Democrat, and the Democrat will run against her for sure. But in order to really put the nail in this coffin with Greene, you're going to have to coordinate people to jump into Republican primaries that normally would not be in that Republican primary and vote her out.
Yeah. Look, so look, I like the ad because I think that it's important that people know how crazy some of our politicians are. But I don't like the ad just because I think that'll do it. The Republicans will hate that stuff. No, the Republicans love.
They loved it, and she literally campaigned on all of that foolishness. It almost becomes a de facto campaign ad for her to the base that elected her in the first place.
Yeah, and like she campaigned on it, but since she got into office, she's been even more like full-throated in all of her insanity. By the way, there was a question related to this in Twitch. Dragon Penny asked, Dr. Richey, did you look into Marcus Flowers? He's running against Marjorie Greene. I don't know if you're familiar with that candidate.
Yeah, I'm gonna have more information about that on Monday. I did look into it because it was brought up on my Twitch show last Monday. But yeah, first of all, anybody is better than her. But you definitely want to make sure that they're supporting the policies and values to the degree that you would like them to.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know, but great advice there from Rashad. These ads, I just don't think it's going to do it. I think it plays into her. I appreciate it. I appreciate the truth getting out there, but it's not going to take her down.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.